Alrighty guys, welcome back. We are watching Nisemonogatari episode 8 of a new arc, Tsukihi Phoenix. So, looking good to me. Looks like we're getting right into it here. So, we're revealing the true identity of Araraki Tsukihi. So, sounds good to me. I don't know. We don't know much about Tsukihi, do we? So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I guess she has a true identity. So, I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I guess that's it. We are going to get started here with episode 1 of Tsukihi Phoenix. You can line up and copy with this if you want to, and we are starting in 3, 2, 1. Sounds good to me. Hmm. Seems very final, huh? Yeah. Violent. Immortal. Okay. She's immortal. Interesting. New opening. Let me watch it. I wanted to write that down, but I'm sure I'm not going to forget that she's immortal. So, but what does that mean? Like, is she really immortal? You know, or is it some kind of like Aragi thing? Wow, I like this opening a lot. I kind of feel like I've heard it before. Maybe not though. I don't know. I feel like I literally say that with every opening, don't I? Haven't I said that like every single time that I feel like I've heard it before, but maybe I haven't. I don't know. I Yeah, I really like this opening. Wow. I kind of didn't read the lyrics at all, so my bad. I'll do that next time. Is that the phoenix over there? There's birds? Or just, there's like wings, I guess. I don't know. I guess phoenixes are immortal, right? If we're saying she is immortal, I mean, phoenixes are, right? Hmm. I gotta read that. Did I read the last one? I don't remember. I don't know. Circle. That's some pretty tough homework to write down circle. I feel for him. Yeah, he didn't write it right. He had to erase it. August 14th. What is going on? Okay. That's great. No, I think he's studying. Okay. All right. I don't say that. I don't say that, please. I really don't say. Please don't say that at all. Lower life form. He's learning from Shinjagahara's insults. To run through the fields. Yeah, different clothes than we've seen her in before, I suppose. Uh-huh. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I see where this is going. I mean, I don't, but like Yeah, they're true. Mm-hmm. I what during elementary school? I what? Jesus. I don't say that. That's great. Fantastic. Aragi's really gonna like that. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. He did say in the last episode to leave it all to him, you know. He has to protect her. So, I come on. It's cosplay of what? Okay. All right. I mean, like we gotta calm down. Okay, you're still doing it, Aragi. Come on. What are we doing? What's I mean, let's go. Okay, he's dead. All right. Awesome. Fantastic. The sounds. What? I mean, mm-hmm. What are you doing? Please get off of him. Please, like, let's. Please, actually, please tell me what the meaning of this is. I mean, you know, I think there's already some very clear. What are you doing? I was gonna say, I think there's already some very clear meaning I could take from like the general attitude that they're having with each other here. Yeah, does she know Conbro? I forgot to mention that in the last one because we know Conbro is like a famous athlete, right? Conbro Sensei. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, is Conbro that big of a deal? I don't say Onisama either. Is it? I don't think so. I guess. I Please don't. Oh God, he's dead. It's over. That's okay. I like. Come on. I surely. All right. Thank you. Yeah, she's dead. Okay. Thank God. Wow. I am sure she does it. So, yeah. Oh, there's skis clothes. Clothes. Is she? I don't know. I guess. What does that mean? Don't match your skin? That what? The huh? That's fantastic. She's that famous? Your own what investigations? Did Hanakawa tell you? Like, I don't know. um, yeah, maybe. I guess. I don't know, I'm trying to think about that. Not something I've thought of. Okay, Aragi, come on. You can't be thinking like that. She's not a predator. Like, come on. I mean, well, with the way she acts towards Aragi. But still, like, come on. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would think this approach would work. It's surprising. I thought bowing was a form of violence. That's what you said. A game? Okay. Can I just say this episode's reminding me so much of Higurashi? Just random little things, like they have to play a game, and this whole... I don't know. I'm sure you know what I mean. I would be a little bit scared about giving Aragi free reign. Yeah. his his mind is opening to the to the possibilities. The tool. Oh God. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. I was fast. Why are you lying down asleep? Okay. All right. It's over. It's all over. Okay. Okay. I don't think so. Yeah. No, I don't think that's it. That would be too much. What is this music? Mm-hmm. But what is the game we're gonna play? Huh? Okay. I. All right. Sure. I guess. Of course you do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? I guess we know he had the skill from the first episode of Nise. Okay, we didn't know he could do that though. I I guess. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't know. Alright, sure. Sounds good to me. I hope we get to see the full 5 minutes. That'd be really comfortable. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, is it really like what? I mean, I guess someone brushing your teeth for 5 minutes would be pretty uncomfortable. Um, as it depends how they're doing it. Okay, I wouldn't say that. I don't know about that. Why would you give up? I don't under what. I don't. I don't like this. I'm not okay. I I'm becoming more hesitant by the second. I don't. Like what? Okay, all right. The Kambaru gave him this idea somehow. Would it really be that shocking? Okay, like what? Oh yeah? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I what is that? Like I know it. No, you're brushing her teeth. No. Nope. No. Oh yeah? Uh-huh. I stop. Please. I like what? Okay. All right. I God. I we gotta stop. I this can't be right. Like uh-huh. Oh yeah? Is that right? Okay. We really gotta calm down. We gotta calm down. I know we had this whole emotional, reconciliation in the last episode. We really gotta, we gotta chill out. She really should have gone running through the fields instead. I don't know. What is that face? Okay. I we need to like reestablish our grip on reality quickly. Okay. I you can't say that. You can't think that either. Yeah, that's what's wrong with what you just thought. Yeah, that's the issue. Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't know. I okay. Please. We gotta, you know, we gotta wrap this one up. We gotta really Oh yeah? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right? Hey, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? What do you mean? What are we talking about? What Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing, man? What's going on? What's happening? What are we gonna do? What's the plan? Like what? Like, I come on. Like Shinobu show up? Maybe save the day? I don't know. Oh, okay. Hi. um, is it? It's not. It isn't. It isn't what you think. Is it? What I think it is. Uh-huh. Why? That that's a really good question, Skihi. That actually is an incredible question. Yeah, what a man. What a crazy situation to find yourself in by accident. Uh-huh. Hmm? A decision has been reached? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't think so. I doubt it. Uh-huh. Oh, it's over. It's all over. Okay. Oh yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, please. Like let's you know, we can never talk about that again. We can uh-huh. We can forget that happened. We can just. You don't need to say anything. You don't have to say you don't have to talk. You don't have to like oh god. Yeah, I think that has prepared her for Kanbaru, although like I don't know in the way that he thought it would. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh no. I please. I let's uh-huh. Okay. Hi. Yeah, so it didn't count. So you actually have to do three more, actually. Yeah, at least. At minimum. Okay. Fantastic. Awesome. Yeah, why not? Okay. Okay. That's fantastic. That's great. Yeah. God, she's so much taller than him. Okay, don't say that. Okay. Uh-huh. You know what? Yeah, that actually does sum it up. That it actually is the and that's the end. That's great. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Uh, like what was that? Like I just don't like no, like like I know like I get it, like I understand like there's certainly something there, obviously. But it's like, I mean, it's so ridiculous that it's just I mean, it's like it's making fun of me for having that interpretation in the first place, even though it fits into it entirely with the whole, emotional connection with Aragi and sexual situation. Um, but it's just so ridiculous and so insane that it's just, man, all right, that was great. That was fantastic. The best episode, surely, probably. I mean, it was unique. It was a very unique episode, very different than anything else we've seen. So I can give it that. That's for sure. Um, yeah. Huh. All right. My way. Sure. Sounds good to me. Okay. No, it's not. Maybe for you, when you were in elementary school. I guess. No. Those are pretty standard terms. Okay. That's great. Thank you. That's fantastic. Yeah, we there wasn't a whole lot of Tsukihi or a whole lot of Phoenix in this episode, but you know what? That's okay. Um, I mean, I guess we'll talk about it. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but yeah. All right. I mean, let's talk about the episode. I don't. I mean, like, this is gonna be the shortest discussion ever, and it's not because this episode's like bad, but it's because we have one scene, and it's it's a scene, I guess, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, no, this is actually the entire episode. I mean, it's kind of two scenes. It's the before the incident and then this. So, man, um, let's talk about the obvious first. The obvious. Let me find a frame that I can look at without like wanting to cry. Let's see here. Not that one. Not. I mean, yeah, sure. We'll look at this while I talk. You know what? That'll be the thumbnail too. So like, what is this? um, I mean, I guess just my interpretation is, it's as I've said. Just to read here, I'm gonna rehash it because I feel like this is the one where it all comes to a head here. It feels like because this is the most ridiculous and insane. I don't like my interpretation of Araragi and all of these like fan service scenes, kind of him, his reaction to characters, uh, in a situation like this when he acts like a little freak, right? And what that means, and I think it's like a representation of, I want to call it like emotional, like comfortable, how comfortable he is with them, but it's not even that specifically. I guess it's probably just a lot of stuff wrapped up in one, what you would really call it, and I guess just like an example of it is like a go-to one where I think it's really obvious is like the Nautico scene in earlier in Nisei. What was that, episode 2 or 3, one of those episodes, when he goes to her house and she's obviously acting very flirtatious and provocative and all that, and he just like ignores her. He doesn't react at all like he does in this scene. And that's because of the way he views Nautico, because he doesn't have like some kind of deep emotional connection with her of any kind. He's not, if anything, their relationship is like strained because of he has like this feeling of responsibility for her and all of this, and that is reflected in like his reaction to her in that scene, or like the Hanakawa scene in Kizu where he acts like a little freak. I think that's that he's obviously that comes immediately after Hanakawa convinces him to not kill himself, and he Hanakawa is the one who leads him to emotionally opening up to other people, and all the stuff that Hanakawa represents for him, especially immediately after in Kizu, after they have that talk about why he should not give up and die. It makes sense why he would have that kind of reaction to Hanakawa in that sense, if you're viewing it as like a stand-in for his emotions in that sense, right, towards her, right. There's other ones. I mean, I don't know. There's like Hajikuji. That's another really obvious one, right? Is like he has these ridiculous, insane, over the top reactions to Hajikuji because Hajikuji's like his best friend, and she's great. So here, right, the obvious contrast between this and the previous scene we had with Karen, where it was him, when she was taking care of her when she was sick, and how he didn't have any kind of weird like crazy shit going on in his head or in his actions at all during that scene, right? And now he does. In this scene, it's the opposite. This is the most ridiculous shit we've ever seen in the entire show. And I think it's just like entirely because of the like emotional reconciliation they had in the last episode, right? They had that whole talk about right and wrong and all of this and blah 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 blah. So I think just this is just a representation of how Araragi's, the way he views Karen has changed throughout the Karen B arc, you know, especially contrasted with the previous scene we had with Karen, with, yeah, when he was taking care of her when she was sick. So, you know, I mean, obviously, it's so insane and so ridiculous that it's hard for me to even say that with a straight face, just because, like, it's just going to come across as just, like, crazy, just, like, nonsense to most people, isn't it? Just this insane, because, like, I'm completely confident in that analysis being, like, correct, however correct media analysis can ever be. It completely fits in every way, right? I feel like it's most obvious with, like, Hachikuji and Naruto. And this just matches up perfectly with it and goes along with it. But it's just so ridiculous and insane that it's just going to sound stupid to so many people. But I hope you can understand where I'm coming from if you aren't, I don't know. Because there has to be something, obviously, there has to be something that explains his change in behavior towards her between this scene and that scene when he was taking care of her when she was sick, right? So, what happened since then? This emotional reconciliation between them during that long conversation they had in the last episode. So, boom, there we go. Is there anything else I need to say about the scene? I literally don't think, it's insane. I mean, obviously, it's like, I don't even know what to call it. It's not, this entire all of Nisemonogatari has kind of felt like it's like it's not like making fun of fan service in anime. And I don't really know if you would call it, maybe you would call it a deconstruction of fan service in anime. I don't even know. But it's just been taking all of these like fan service tropes kind of, and like the bath scene with Shinobu, for example, which was, you know, oh, it's an anime bath scene, you know, you would think it's like, you know, imagine Araragi in an anime bath scene, what's he gonna do, right? But then he doesn't act like that at all because of like the emotional circumstances of the situation. And then here, you know, this is obviously, you know, the imagery and everything that we get during this scene is so completely ridiculous for him brushing her teeth that it's obvious. I guess I don't know what the word for it is. It's not like man, because it's not parody. That wouldn't really make sense. I don't really think satire. No, it's not satire, really. I mean, it kind of, I guess you could kind of stretch to call this satire in a way. It is kind of like making fun of like the crazy over sexualization in anime, I guess. You know, of course, at the same time, it's also doing it, right? So it's not like it's taking like some moral high ground and saying, oh, look how different we are by not doing that. No, because it is doing that, right? But it's just taking it to this ridiculous like extent that you know, yeah, he's brushing her teeth, and this is the kind of scene we get. So, yeah, I think you get what I mean, I suppose. Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about the toothbrush scene. Let's talk about Tsukihi for a second. Um, hmm. I'm really wondering, like, so is a Karen is very similar to Araragi in a lot of ways, like, obviously, right? This whole justice thing, like, it's literally, it's not like she isn't part of Araragi, because I think he has some fundamental disagreements with her in a lot of ways, but she's very, you know, I mean, she's his sibling, right? So obviously they're similar, right? Karen is very similar with the whole justice thing. I'm just wondering if Tsukihi is going to be similar. I'm just, you know, he says at the end here that Tsukihi's immortal and all of this. I guess, you know, he just calls her immortal. I'm just wondering if there's some other aspect of Araragi that Tsukihi is going to be similar to, in the same way that Karen is so similar to, you know, his sense of justice and stuff. I just literally have no idea what it could be. I can't even think of any other, like, specific defining characteristic of Araragi's that I could even begin to apply to Tsukihi. So, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, when he calls her immortal, is she really... I mean, like, I guess I just don't know what that means. I can imagine, like, some other, you know... Is he being, like, metaphorical in some sense, you know? I don't know. I really don't know. And at the same time, I almost feel like, you know, we really don't, like, this whole opening scene, the context of it is him telling us the true identity of Araragi Tsukihi. Or well, I mean, it's not him telling it, but it's him bringing up that idea of her having a true identity, you know. And I like that because it really is. Tsukihi is the character that we know the least about, especially in terms of like every other character fitting so well into a pre-defined like anime trope. And Tsukihi really doesn't. You know, I said that before, a few episodes ago, and Tsukihi really doesn't. You know, so we really have no idea what her true identity is because we don't really have like some anime trope to fall back on and say, oh, that's what Tsukihi is. You know. So I don't know. I don't know. Him saying, well, I don't know. I could really like make some crazy predictions about what Tsukihi, like how she could be similar to Araki with the way he says stuff about her true identity and how she's immortal. But we'll just, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's gonna be me wildly speculating. Let's read the text here. Let's not forget. It's gonna be annoying to read. Oh, okay. You know what? This fits really well. This fits really well. Him saying his relationship with them isn't particularly tight. And what do we see? What did we see in the last episode? Him having this reconciliation with Karen, and then this is like a representation of their newfound closeness. You know, I mean, that's literally what he says at the end of the episode is, we started getting along better, or whatever. This is really not going to be fun to read. Can I just read it? I can just read it like this. You know, I think there's a way I can rotate the screen. Here. We're figuring it out. Rotate video. Oh, we figured it out. Oh, we figured it out. Wait, did I? No, that's not working. Oh, the subtitle. The subtitles don't rotate? Okay, thanks, MPV Net, for not doing that. This is really fun, reading it like this, isn't it? Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh god, like, I gotta stand up. I don't know. I like this. Is so annoying. Okay, thank you. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Very interesting, kind of hypocritical from him saying that like the Kaiki Deshu incident wasn't enough to change their ways, because like it wasn't enough to change him either. Like, I don't know. It's just already being already, I guess. Yeah. So like he's studying. I mean, like, what else am I going to say? It's really just this is just the setup for the you know, downfall of humanity that happened later in the episode. So like, I just don't even know what to say. You know, she's dressing up like this to act all cute because she wants to ask him to introduce her to Kanbaru. I was wondering, I was going to say this in my last discussion, but I realized I forgot. When he brought up Kanbaru for a moment when they were fighting, I was going to ask if she knows who she is, because Kanbaru is, like, famous, right? And is a sports player that everyone knows. Apparently she's way more famous than I thought, because there's a fan club that takes paparazzi photos. So... I don't know what that's all about. And this whole thing with Karen saying that his thoughtless words almost drove her to suicide, what are you talking about? I guess, you know, or I guess that was a long time ago. Sucks. It was just kind of played as like a joke, so I guess I feel like there's no point in really going crazy deep into it, but I feel like you shouldn't even bring that up. That's gonna make Araki feel so bad. But to be fair, he's kind of still doing it. Like, what are you talking about, man? It's calling it cosplay. Like, and I just want to say, and him saying this too. I just want to say it's actually insane how similar this is to the point in Higurashi. I'm going through the Higurashi visual novels on the channel too, and we're in chapter 2 right now with Tanagashi. It's crazy how similar this is to the whole Mion Shion thing, if you know like what I'm talking about. Him saying all this, I don't know. I just think that's very funny. He's being Keiichi. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what else was there to say? I really don't know. It's just it's just more the same. It's more the same stuff I already said. So like, man, this is gonna be a short discussion. I don't know. It's been 15 minutes. I guess that's good enough. I guess, you know, the length doesn't really matter. It's just whatever I have to say. But I feel like I'm not even really missing anything. Because again, the episode is 2 scenes, so. I wonder if Kanbaru and Karen would get along. I just something I have never thought of in my life, so I really couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess um they I don't know. I don't know. Would have to see. Because in a way, I kind of feel like Kanbaru's behavior towards Araragi is a very Araragi specific thing. So I wonder how she would act around Karen. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, I don't. What else was there to say? I Yeah, good episode. I don't know. It was really weird. I just don't even know. Yeah, bizarre, truly bizarre. But fitting for what Nisemonogatari has been, I guess. Um, yeah, it was something, I guess. I just realized, like, this whole, going back to what I was just saying, Tsukihi appearing on the screen reminded me of this. Going back to what I was just saying at the very beginning, this whole true identity thing. That is kind of, like, an interesting thing along with the theme of, like, Nisemono, a fake, right? So, I don't know. If she has a true identity, does that imply that she's in some way a fake? Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. We're done. That was a good episode. I Leave a comment, tell me what you think, I guess. I don't know what you're gonna say about this episode. But feel free. So, I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.